Hello Sagittarius, it's me Colleen, the Creative Gypsy. My website is thecreativegypsy.net and you can go there for private readings. This month I'm offering 50% of your purchase will be applied to a charity of your choosing, so check that out. How are you, Sagittarius? We are in your sign. Happy birthday. I hope you are enjoying your month. And we are getting into, we start the month with the full moon and Mercury retrograde. Woohoo! So, both of them, Gemini and Mercury retrograde, are all about communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So, communication is key this month. So, keeping that in mind in everything that you do. Body language, reactions to things. Just voicing your concerns this month. Being cautious of the words that you're using and choosing. So I am pulling 3 cards for each week of the month. This is a general reading for the month of December 2017 for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you find that this doesn't resonate with you, definitely check out the other signs in the other videos for more guidance. Anyway, so I'm pulling 3 cards for each week of the month of December. And then I'm also going to pull 2 cards from the Oracle card deck that I have called Nature's Whispers. Really beautiful artwork. So we're going to take 2 from that for a theme and challenge of the month. Holy moly. Your cards are just jumping right out. And we also have Saturn leaving your sign of Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, you're probably feeling so relieved. These cards are like going all over the place right now. Saturn is all about lessons and fears coming up, and you really had to deal with them the last 2 years or so. Jeez Louise, jumping out. So your time of hard-learned lessons is coming to a close, and it's moving into the sign of Sagittarius, which is all about responsibilities. But we will get into that more as we get into the new year, once we settle into that energy. But just know that things should hopefully ease up for you if you have learned your lessons. I know that Sagittarius can be a little bit stubborn at times, so just checking in and doing a review of the last 2 years. If you have not been aware that, this is what you've been dealing with for the last 2 years, maybe it's something that you need to reflect on to see if there's some area of your life that had been highlighted. I mean, since it was in your sign, you're kind of getting lessons left and right, but just seeing if there was one significant one that stood out to you more than once, and just taking note of that, and just reflecting on it, meditating on it, and learning for yourself what the lesson has been. Because even though you're going to be off the hook with Saturn towards the end of this month, you still want to put those lessons into action in the upcoming year. So making sure that you have actually taken those lessons into account. Oh, we got all your cards out. Wow, that was quick. And I'm going to pull 2 cards from Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. I love this artwork. is Sagittarius' challenge for this month? Haven't you had enough challenges this month? I mean, this year? I'm sure you're probably so relieved that this year is over. Very interesting. The same card that was the theme for Cancer is now coming up as your challenge. Okay, so we have theme, leap of faith, moving forward in a new direction and trusting that it's the way to go. Leap of faith, trusting in the universe, knowing, understanding your connection to the universe, and not trying to manipulate the outcome, trusting in what is to come for you. Not viewing it in a pessimistic way, but heading towards it with open arms. Trusting that the universe has your back, because it does. And then we have breakthrough as your challenge. So as you are learning to trust in the universe, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it. So as you're learning to trust in the universe and source, you're going to break through whatever has been holding you back. So if you feel like you've been challenged over and over this year and the past 2 years, really, once you let go and surrender to the universe, that's when you're going to experience a breakthrough, and everything will start flowing again. But I feel like you guys struggle a little bit with surrendering. Okay, so let's get into the rest of your reading. Okay, so for the first week of the month of December, you're going to come to a break in the trees. You've been dealing with everything that's been in front of you, like dealing with one obstacle at a time throughout these past 2 years, dealing with Saturn's lessons. So you've been like walking through the woods, not being able to understand what's on the other side of it. And each tree has been like your own personal obstacle. So you're walking and then there's a tree in front of you and you have to deal with it. So how am I going to get around this tree? Am I going to climb over it? Am I going to walk left, walk right? Am I going to dig under it? I don't know. But am I going to chop it down? There's all these different ways of dealing with what's right in front of you. But now, the beginning of December, you're going to have a sense of clarity. There's going to be a break in the trees where you can look up and see the sky, the clear sky for the first time in a long time. And you'll be able to understand that it's not about each individual tree, it's about the whole. It's about the forest in general. And understanding that it's all connected. They're all connected to each other. So you're going to feel a sense of clarity in the first week. But then there's also this potential of, but you're still working through this I want to say a depression. So there's a clarity, and then there's kind of like this weird struggle with yourself, where like you're still unsure because that's the energy that you've been dealing with for so long. So you get a glimpse of what's true, and then you're like, all right, so I have all these ideas I'm going to be throwing. So I have here the Star card, 9 of Swords, and the Archer, which is, I believe, the Chariot in the traditional. So we have the sense of clarity, and then we have the self-doubt, or the inability to make a decision. You're feeling unsure, you have lots of opportunities, and you're just kind of not sure which path to take. It's like you're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, basically. There's lots of opportunities to work with, but which way do you go? But towards the end of the week, you're gonna pick one, and then you're gonna run with it. You're gonna put your focus straight into that. You guys are really good at, once you set your eyes on something, then you're all in. But there's a little bit of a self-doubt in this week, but the ability to see the situation as a whole instead of an individual thing is going to help you. So that's probably also, whether there's all of these opportunities, so you're like looking at each one individually, you need to look at them as a whole and then see for yourself where does the passion lie, and direct yourself from there. And then we get into the second week. I have a tickle in my throat, sorry. We have Ace of Arrows, Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Mirror and Two of Arrows in reverse. So there's an idea that you're putting your focus into, and then you're talking yourself out of it. So the self-doubt kind of comes back. And now you're back to this self-reflection. Reflecting on what you've gone through. And I feel like this is going to be a little magnified with the full moon, but that's in the first week, not the second week. But I feel like it's going to come back. Whatever were gaining clarity on, probably during the full moon. So you're going to get some clarity on the full moon, and then Mercury retrograde is probably going to mess up your thought process and make you doubt yourself, because there's like this communication breakdown, basically. And then you're back to, in the second week, you're back to reflecting on what you once gained clarity on in the first week. So there's kind of like this back and forth thing. Clarity, and then you're getting lost again, and then you're coming back and you're getting clarity again, and then you're afraid to make a decision again. So there's a little back and forth indecision going on here. And then we have, in the third week, the Stag, Strength in reverse. We have, this card has come up 4 times at least, maybe 5, I don't know. King of Bows, but this is upright, so that's good. And then we have Balance. So your self-confidence is fluctuating between this clarity of mind and understanding where you want to go, and then falling back into the indecision with the Mercury retrograde is making you reconsider everything and trying to redo things, and self-doubt, because you've been going through so many different hard-learned lessons in the past 2 years. Like, how can you trust that this is the way to go? Which is something that you were dealing with last month. Learning to trust. Having gratitude for everything that you've experienced in your life. This self-doubt was coming up last month as well. And it's still, you're still going through that. But you're going to start sensing that you're starting to break free of that more and more. The ropes of self-doubt that have been tying you back are starting to fray and starting to tear away. It's like you're ripping yourself out of those ties slowly. Is the metaphor that I just got in my head. And so we get into the third week, and there's still this self-esteem issue because of your self-doubt. But through that, you learn how to, I think this is when the breakthrough occurs. Oh, actually, it looks like it's going to be the last week. But it's starting to occur because you're starting to take control again and get yourself balanced. So you're trying to dominate the situation that you're finding yourself in. There's like a struggle for control here, or a desire to dominate, at least. So we have all these snakes fighting with each other. So I feel like once you get to the third week, you start to get fed up, basically, is the energy that I'm feeling. Like you're getting fed up with this back and forth, like, dance between self-doubt and clarity. So you're trying to gain your strength back by trying to dominate the situation. But that's actually not the way to do it. You need to get your energy balanced and then tackle it from there. How do you get your energy balanced? Well, you're going to discover that in the last week of the month. We have 3 of Arrows in reverse. The Death card in reverse, which is the journey in this deck. And then we have 10 of Vessels, 10 of Cups, also in reverse. All in reverse. This tells me that there's going to be something big that you need to be working through. This is a challenge here. And it's about releasing the past, releasing the pains of the past. But you're going to be... There's something from your past that you want to release. But you also don't want to move on. So you're clinging to it. There's an emotional release that needs to occur, but you're clinging to it because it's all you've ever known. I read something recently that was saying, like, we want to release our traumas, but at the same time we don't, because we don't know who we are without it, because we've clung to it for we've clung to that for so long that it's become a part of who we are. And so when you release that energy, what's left? Who are we without that? Is a big thing to consider. So there's going to be some sort of breakthrough for a potential emotional release. This is a big thing for the end of the year. But you have to allow yourself to let it go. You have to allow yourself to release it, to move on from this. This is a transitional period that you're going through. This is a big thing. This is the culmination of all the lessons that you've learned. Why are you holding on to it so much? What benefit do you get from clinging to the traumas of your past? Because if you don't release this, you're going to go into 2018 with a sense of depression, an extreme emotional overwhelm, an incompleteness of your emotional well-being. Like you're not feeling like you've accomplished anything emotionally, and that's going to deter you from being able to tackle anything else in your life. Every action is connected to something from emotional ties to our past, but you have to decide for yourself what you're willing to, what parts of your past you're willing to let control your future, you know. So I almost want to pull. I haven't done this for any other sign, but I'm going to pull another card for the last, just because this is going to be a big thing for you, because we're shifting out of, Saturn's shifting out of your sign. So we need to make sure that you learn the lesson and you learn how to deal with the lessons. How do you release this? Hey, oh, that was just like, we're not telling you. So I want to actually, these are all in reverse, so I'm just going to flip these the other way around, and we're going to read it that way. So if you want to be balanced, you need to come from a place of happiness. You need to come from a positive place and let the past die. So that you can deal with the emotional pains of the past. So coming from a place of joy makes a transition for emotional issues to be easier, if that makes sense. Trusting in the universe is going to lead the way for your manifestation, for your manifesting abilities in this month and in the future. Without the universe, you cannot create anything in your life. You are not you're not completely in control of your life. You are to a certain extent, but then there's also, you are to a certain extent with your own free will, but then there's also the laws of the universe as well, and which is so much bigger than who you are. But at the same time, you're a part of it all. So understanding that you're a part of it all and working with that energy is going to clear this path for you a lot easier than knowing that the universe has your back. That support system is always there for you, and really letting that sink in and really letting that resonate with you is going to help bring this joy back. And help you to feel more at ease and more confident in the decisions that you make. And it will help you to connect with your intuition so you can make the proper decisions, so you can move forward in your life. It will help you to release this energy, release. Letting the universe guide you will assist you through this breakthrough, which is the end of the month. Something's going to occur that's going to encourage you to release some serious emotional issues, and you just need to just embrace it and just trust that it's all for the best. It's what is on the other side of this struggle is relief, is abundance, is happiness awaiting for you. So, the moral of the story this month: trust in the universe. Trust, trust, trust. Know that there are bigger plans for you than you have for yourself. So if you are dealing with all these struggles, it's because it's not meant for you, and because the universe, Gaia, Goddess, has something bigger planned for you, and trusting in that, and saying like, okay, I surrender. Bring it on. Let's work through this. Let's release this stuff, and create space for something so much better. I strongly recommend you checking out the video blog that I just made, that I posted, called Why Every Emotion is Important. I definitely strongly recommend that you watch that. It's a little bit on the emotional side, obviously. I recorded it during the new moon in Scorpio, so I was like really in my feels there. So it's a little bit emotional in the beginning, but there's this very strong message in the middle, towards the end. So I really want you to watch that for some more guidance for this month and for the upcoming year. What else did I want to tell you? The reason that you are doubting yourself so much is because you are not trusting in the universe. That is your message for December, Sagittarius. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hallelujah. Your hard-learned lessons are coming to a close. So, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And you can follow me on Instagram at The Creative Gypsy. My website is thecreativegypsy.net. And I am offering 50% of all purchases in the month of December will be donated to a charity of your choosing, so please check that out. And please let me know how I did. I really hope that this resonated with you. If it did not, check out your other signs, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant as well. There you go. Last reading of the year. I hope that you enjoyed it and have a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy Hanukkah, and a wonderful, wonderful solstice, and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching, Sagittarius. Take care.